Welcome to my channel, Job Test USA. Postal Exam 474, also called Virtual Entry Assessment MC 474, and the Mail Carrier Wear Exam, is the newly launched test used to fill all delivery positions including City Carrier Assistant, Casual City Carrier, Rural Carrier Associate, and Assistant Rural Carrier. After applying for one of these jobs, you are sent an email with instructions and a link for taking the test. You must complete the exam within 72 hours of applying. If you do not complete the exam within 72 hours, your application is deleted. If you do not complete the exam within 72 hours, you can apply for other jobs that become available, but you will not be considered for the original job you applied for. This is a self-administered exam that lasts about 45 minutes. You take it on your own at home or wherever you choose. You do not have to travel to a supervised testing site to take it. You can use a computer, a tablet, or a smartphone to take the exam. At the beginning of the test, you must select which of these devices you will be using. You are encouraged to complete the exam in one sitting, but you can exit the exam and return to finish it later if so desired. Your answers are saved up to the point you left the exam, and you are able to pick it up and start again where you left it. But as previously mentioned, whether you finish the test in one sitting or leave it and come back to finish it later, you still must complete the exam within 72 hours of applying. The test is formatted as a slideshow with audio narration. All information, instructions, and questions are given both verbally and in writing as you progress from screen to screen. Your score is available immediately upon completion of the exam. To see your score, log into your e-career candidate profile on the Postal Service website. Your score can be found under the Assessments tab. The highest possible score is 100 and the passing score is 70. Military veterans entitled to preference points may be able to score slightly higher than 100. If you fail or score below 70, rather than being given a numerical score, you are simply ranked as ineligible. The Postal Service will release no info about the scoring formula for this exam, and it is not possible to find out why you made a certain score. It is imperative that you achieve the highest possible score due to the postal interview policy. This policy states that only the top 3 scoring applicants are invited for an interview. You must have one of the top 3 scores for any chance whatsoever. And you absolutely must make the highest possible score right now when you have the chance, because, whether you pass or fail, you will not be able to take this exam again for 12 months. If you blow it now by failing or by not getting a high enough score, you are out of luck for a whole year. You can apply for jobs filled from different tests during that 1-year period, but you will not be able to apply for jobs filled from this exam. Below is a sample work scenarios question. Most people will find that all of the answer choices for this sample question seem reasonable. There are no obvious correct answers. You must nonetheless choose which you would be most and least likely to do in the situation described. The Tell Us Your Story section consists of 20 questions about your work experience and background. The questions are presented one per screen. As you move from one question to the next, you are taken from one screen to another. For each question in this section, you only select one answer choice by clicking it. This section usually takes about 2 minutes to complete. As with the previous section, the instructions encourage you to work quickly, but it is not timed, so you can take as much time as you need. Immediately upon clicking an answer to a question, you will be automatically taken to the next question. You can go back one question, but only one question, at any time if you need to double check your previous answer. Below is a sample Tell Us Your Story question. The Describe Your Approach section consists of 56 questions about numerous topics such as your preferred approach to work, your personality, how you relate to other people, especially co-workers and supervisors, how you handle stress, etc. The questions are presented one per screen. As you move from one question to the next, you are taken from one screen to another. You only select one answer choice for each question, but this is another case of bizarre questions and odd answer choices. This section usually takes around 6 minutes to complete. The instructions encourage you to work quickly, but again it is not timed, so you can take as much time as you need. Immediately upon clicking an answer to a question, you are automatically taken to the next question. You can go back one question, but only one question, at any time if you need to double check your previous answer. Below is a sample describe your approach question. It will be much easier to describe the questions and how to answer while you are looking at the sample question. Here is how you answer questions in this section. You only select and click one answer choice for each question despite the confusing structure of the questions. First, choose which statement is more like you, the top statement or the bottom statement. If the top statement is more like you, click either most like me or somewhat like me under the top statement depending upon how well that description fits you. For this question, if you are an outgoing person as stated at the top, and if you are a very outgoing person, you might click most like me under the top statement. If the bottom statement is more like you, click either most like me or somewhat like me over the bottom statement depending upon how well that description fits you. For this question, if you are a rather quiet but not a very quiet person as stated at the bottom, you might click somewhat like me over the bottom statement. Work scenarios practice test you are to select two answer choices for each of these 8 questions. The action you would be most likely to take and the action you would be least likely to take in response to the described situation. This section usually takes about 7 minutes to finish. You are encouraged to work quickly, but this section is not timed, so you can take as long as you need. Describe your approach practice test. The Describe your approach section has 56 questions and usually takes about 6 minutes to finish. You are encouraged to work quickly, but this section is not timed, so you can take as much time as you need. Each question consists of two statements, one at the top and one at the bottom. You are to 1. Choose which statement, top or bottom, that is most like you, and then 2. Select the answer choice, most like me or somewhat like me, for that statement that best fits you. Subscribe my channel to get next USPS exam tests. Thanks for watching.